And we're live. Hey everybody. SKS Go. Good evening. How you doing? Am I coming in clear? Can you hear me? There we go. Cool. I've got a new webcam. And we're going to try this out tonight. For those of you watching after the live stream, thanks for coming by to watch. I'm not too sure about this camera just yet. It's on tracking. When I take it off of tracking, I'm rather far away, but it's not too bad. I got some treats for you guys today. I'm going to try that for now. Yeah, I've got some wood over here, and it's pretty good stuff. Steve keeps bringing me more wood, and we got buckets full. I've got a new video coming up pretty soon. I've got it half edited, and I got to finish the rest. Just waiting for people to come in. Where's my notes? It's funny how this camera will follow you around. If you're in a live stream with other people, their cameras are stationary. So when you're the only one that's got your camera set on tracking and you move your hands a little bit and it moves, it's kind of creepy. So some of this fatwood that I've got coming in that Steve's been bringing me is it's like honey. It's so rich. It's so much redder than the stuff that I've been getting. Terry Majera, good to see you. Crabtree, how's it going? It's going good. Been staying busy. I'm ready for some good weather where I can go up and harvest some more fatwood myself. Let me see here. I got plenty of you in here. I'm going to go ahead and show you I've got some buckets. You guys seen on the thumbnail, that bucket just full of fatwood? Yesterday, I went ahead and I weighed out the pieces. And I've got a lot of fatwood that's been processed up, and 2 5-gallon buckets full of just processed pieces. And last night, Steve and I, we'd get the ones the same length and weigh it up as a pound and wrap it in a rubber band. And then when I'm done, I'll measure it so many inches, 1 pound. And since I'm selling so good on Etsy, I figured I'd do it that way and it'd be easier for me. Put labels on them. But basically what I'm trying to say is we now have 2 5-gallon buckets with these bundles stacked up. It's pretty cool. This is really good fatwood. So you guys are just getting a sneak peek right now because I haven't finished the video yet. And for those of you who like to see the new fatwood that we find, you're going to love this video. I've got some more sneak peeks over here. Gonna have to wash my gloves again. So a lot of this fatwood is still wet on the outside. Here's a really nice bundle that I cut up fresh today. This is another good way of testing my camera. My son got me this webcam for Christmas to help with my live streams. And it's supposed to have better quality. And it's beautiful color on this wood. Some dry parts on it. But I like bundling them up like that. It's easier to keep track of all this stuff that I have. Steve Borg, good to see you. Pure gold indeed. David Budiker, good to see you. Oh, thank you. I'm ready to go out for another fatwood hunt. I'm starting to really itch for a fatwood hunt. If I get a 50-degree day and it works for me, I might have to get out there in January. No, I ain't setting the house on fire, man. I am so careful about that. I got so many fire extinguishers just because I've got, my little candle shop. But yeah, this stuff's being stored in metal cabinets in the back addition of the house behind the firewall. Most of my fatwood is outside, but the stuff that gets processed and labeled and ready for sale, I have in metal cabinets. Yeah, it's a little scary having that much in the house right now, but I'm working out all the bugs. Try to be as safe as I can. Here's a new piece of wood that it's got a hole in it, but super rich. There's the back side of it. Rather interesting piece. This is the top part of the branch right here. And here's the bottom. It's very sticky. Really cool stuff, huh? This stuff weighs a ton, man. It's really dense. Let's see, what else do I have over here? I got a couple more pieces like that. Don't worry, I'll get it. Yeah, it's really, really rich. It's the fatwood from this particular forest, it distributes differently in the wood from where I've been getting my fatwood. But this stuff just seems so gosh darn rich. It just bleeds right out. I want to show you this. Let's see. Oh, you'll like this one. This one's got a really dark ring around the edge there. But see the black, right? See, this is the exciting part about this one. Even though it's just an itty bitty little piece, it's got old breaks on it. When a tree branch breaks like that, when it's still alive, it sends resin to the edge of it. So that had to have been broken when it was alive for it to collect and get so dark around the edge like that. At least that's what I've observed since I've been doing this. Yeah. These ones are like the hardest to cut off a tree, and then it's like just a short nub that someone leaves on the tree. But I tell you what, when the resin just pours out of it like that, you just can't resist. See that right there? Some pretty rich pine resin right there. But look how dense it is. So it's a little bit frosty because the resin has dried up since I gave it a fresh cut. But that's seriously rich. I had fun cutting into that. It looks like a piece of meat. Oh yeah, Crabtree can vouch for the fatwood. He's got one of these, only is bigger. Let's see here. Okay. This is another. Let me wet my whistle. This is another piece with the twisted branch. And I'd like to talk about that some more because I've been getting branches that are twisted. My first hunch was the wind. And I think we looked it up today or yesterday. And it does appear that the trees in that one spot, the branches actually twist from the wind. There's a cemetery down the road over by the airport. And the wind that comes off of that, all the little decorative cedar trees in that little cemetery are all like this because they've grown being pushed towards the north or northeast. It's pretty cool what wind can do, and it makes getting this sapwood off really difficult. But you can see the circle as it goes up. We got most of the sapwood off of this piece, and it's completely solid from the top to the bottom. And I just love that color. This is an incredible piece. But it's pretty cool. And I look forward to going to this forest and seeing that area and why the branches twist like they do. Put super glue on the pine knot you sent me till I do something with it. Oh, to keep the color? Super glue on the pine knot. Just giving it a good coat. I wanted to set this live stream up downstairs where I've got all the Fatwood and where I'm set up and where I've been doing some sawing and things, and carving and sorting. But this new webcam doesn't seem to like my extension cord. I've got a USB extension cord. I think it's a 20 or 25 foot long extension cord. And it don't want to work with that. So I decided not to do the live stream down there. Besides, my back's hurting a lot, so trying to pick up all the wood and show it all to you would be tough. Ah, yeah, you sealed it. Gotcha. Okay. Thanks, Terry. So let me go ahead and show you some pictures of what I've been talking about. And then hopefully I'll get my video done tonight and have it up tomorrow. All right. Let me set this up first. You know, I haven't even asked you guys how your holiday was. I haven't seen you guys since Christmas or New Year's, I don't think. All right, present, share, right here. There we go. I picked these files out just for you. I love how the Fatwood looks like a fire flame. It's always got that yellow, orange, and red like fire, and it's just so cool how when you split that wood, it also looks like a flame. This is some of the stuff after I split it open. Nice fresh cuts. Those ones are a little bit darker. And there's the bucket full, the first bucket. And then this is where we rubber band them and stacked them in like that. And then this is about 4 days ago. There's a really rich piece. Hopefully the stream is picking up this video all right. That one had a lot of sap coming out of it. That was an incredible piece. Black Fatwood all the way to the top of that piece. And then I think I got one more to share. There we go. There's that black resin after I split that piece. Not very often you get to see a piece like that. It's very nice. Very desirable. That's a lot of resin. I believe that flake came off of that. Yeah. This has been really fun. I've been going nonstop with the Fatwood since last summer. It's just been going really good. Allie Carroll, hi, how are you? Good to see you. First week of January went good indeed. Awesome. Happy New Year. Sweet. David's going to send me some Fatwood from an old growth forest in Florida Panhandle so you can compare it to yours. Thanks. Be sure to leave me a return address, and if I can, I'll send you some of mine in return. I've got a couple other people I'm going to send in return. I like doing that, and I like this opportunity to get to smell and feel and see, especially on these videos of everyone's different areas and different types of pines. And it's quite an experience that a lot of us have been fortunate to have, to actually hold in our hands something different from our area. It's really cool, and it's nice having friends like that. David's got some good bacon wood. I love bacon wood. I love these pieces where they're the good kind of broken branch, not broken after it died, but just completely sealed with resin. Now, I've got a lot of these itty bitty pieces, and they're rich as hell. I don't know if anyone would buy them or not, but I've got like a couple of medium-sized flat rate boxes just full of these things right now. About to fill up another one. Yeah, I'm selling my Fatwood pretty good on that Etsy store, and I guess I sell it by the length of the wood and by the pound. I've got a little chart that I go by. And yeah, we do keep some pieces for ourselves. I got that one piece. I don't know if I've ever showed it on here. I imagine I did, but it's got a break on it, and it's got a piece of, I should go get it. I'm saving a few pieces for lathe projects is what I'm trying to say. I'll go grab that piece in case you haven't seen it before. Awesome, awesome, Allie. I can't remember. Oh, there's one of them. Bear with me. I'm trying to find that other piece. Perfect. I even found this one piece that a friend gave me years ago for the lathe. All right, this one's being saved for the lathe. This is the one I wasn't sure if I showed you guys. I don't know if I showed this on Fatwood Anonymous or not yet. But I'm sure most of you have seen it by now on my Instagram or my Facebook. But I really like this piece. And I'd like to put it on the lathe and maybe still have a little bit of this left when I'm done turning it and leave it natural, because you're going to be able to see the dark resin ring, and it's only going to be around the edges. I can just tell by the way that this broke that if I slice into that, it's going to be the darkest on the edges, and that ring is going to follow all the way around. And what's even better is there's pine knots all around in the center. I could probably get a handle about that long off of it. But it's got beautiful color to it. And I like that drop of resin just coming out. It's very pretty. Almost don't want to do anything to it. You'd like to see the small pieces that I've got. I can do that. You mean the small chunks that I said I got a couple of medium boxes full? Put this over there. I'm very careful with that piece. This is one Fatwood Projects gave to me years ago. I believe this is Arkansas Fatwood. This is just a blank. Okay, and I'm going to go put this one away. It's got a pretty cool break on it. And I'm going to go grab one of them boxes of chunks and show you what I got in there. Those really difficult, small, twisted pieces of Fatwood can be processed into Maya dust by drilling it with the point of your knife. Just be careful if you use that method, right? I've got so much my dust, it's coming out my ears. Well, not yet anyways. It won't be long. Yeah, when I'm processing fatwood, usually a lot of stuff I just throw in the burn pile. Some of this stuff that I have, I got such nice pieces, I've been saving them. Okay, camera, we're going to put you to the test. I don't want you to look at me. I want you to look over here. Okay, camera? You think the camera will listen? We got to get acquainted, don't we? There we go. No, it's going to follow me. It must like my pretty face. Yeah, I got a lot of mixed stuff in here, but most of this is, yeah, that's pretty dry. Most of this is pretty rich. So I just been throwing them in the boxes. Pieces like that, because I'm processing so much fatwood that, you know, I don't, if someone wants to slice their fatwood, you know, with their knife, and I'm really not going to care for a shorty piece. So I've been trying to, I don't remember what that one was. Here's a cool one. Oh, yeah. There's all kinds of pieces and chunks in here. Pretty resinous too. Yeah, I remember when I first started doing this, man, I'd jump in the air and go woohoo over some of this stuff. Makes it hard to let go of it. You know, pure gold. Yeah, that camera just don't do it any justice. Hey, Multi. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, Hike with Mike. How are you? I think the other box is better quality. Yeah, it's kind of sparkly. Pretty resinous stuff. Big broken chunk right there. I might put them up for sale. Somebody might want these pieces. Man, that's really rich. This smells really good too. Almost probably what I should do. Look at all that freaking sawdust in my hair. What I should do is what I used to do. I used to just take all my extra fatwood and just for something to do, I'd break it all down to matchstick pieces and put them in gallon Ziploc bags. Because I was sending them out to people for free that way. And it's just nice to be able to reach in a bag and have a bunch of already small sticks to help get your fire going. Some of this stuff is so incredible. I wonder if I can get the camera to really show what I'm seeing. Nope. Ah. I'm ready for the weather to turn warm, like normal warm, so I can get back out there and do some more sawing. Found a lot of fatwood out in the swamp last night, Hike with Mike says. How cool is that? Sweet. I bet you get some nice mild temperatures out there. Thanks, Steve Borg. I don't think I've ever had this much fatwood. I've got most of it outside. I got a couple tubs out in the carport, and then those big plastic black barrels. I think I got a couple logs out there too. 1, 2, 3, 5 logs, I think. They need to be broken down and processed. Thank you, Allie. I'm gonna go put this back. I'll be right back. Yeah, it's crazy how juicy this stuff is. It's crazy how many broken and damaged trees there are. I know I've shown this one before. But all that gray is just dried resin. It's all black underneath of it. It's just awesome. I swear to God, some of the pieces that we broke into last night looked like candy. It looked juicy and soft like a gumdrop. I ain't kidding. It smells sweet too. Looks like you could just bite right into it like candy. This is one that's supposed to be up on the store, but it doesn't have a label on it. It must have escaped. All right, how do we do this? Open sesame. No, it wants to go that way now. Okay, let's try that. Doesn't look that good on camera. And the thing that you guys are missing out on is the weight of this stuff. I had Steve over here yesterday, and we were going through some of this fatwood. And damn it, it's so sticky. It gets on my hands every time. Don't go there. So, where was I going with that? I just can't believe how sticky it is. It's not, I don't know how to describe it. And I don't think it's because it's cold outside. The resin is just so different from this forest. Where's that other one at? I know I've showed you guys this a million times. And this one, if you could feel how heavy that one is. I just basically cut the edges off of that. Have I melted down my resin yet? Yes, I have. Yep. And I'm about due for some more. Got my water. Froze last night in the low 40s. Mixed with cold weather makes the temps go right to the bones. And I hate it when the cold gets to your bones. We will get February soon enough. I'm feeling we will warm up by then. Well, I haven't even got adjusted to the cold weather yet because it's been so warm. Not warm enough to go out and fatwood hunt, but when the real cold gets here, I'm going to be a big sissy. And then by the time I finally get used to it, it'll be over with. That's usually how it works. My last melted down resin video, Allie, was June, I think. I have a resin playlist. And they're not the best videos, but my most recent one was. But as far as melting down any recent resin, I have not yet. I'm thinking about it. I've got some ideas to do with some of this really, really red, juicy stuff. Yeah, I think you've seen that one too. I don't think you missed that one. I've got an idea with some of this extra fat wood to put it in another popcorn tin again, but use the heat gun this time instead of charcoal. I used the heat gun that last time I did resin, but that resin was tree boogers. I wasn't trying to get it out of the fat wood like I'm thinking about doing right now. I'd done that before and came out with some resin. When the weather is good, how often do you go fatwood hunting? Well, that depends on what year and how my health is doing. I used to go fatwood hunting at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, even in the wintertime. My first 2 years, I was outside in 20-degree weather all the time. Not right now, I would say, without the cold weather hindering me, I go out about once every other week or twice a week. It depends. And that's how this year's been going. It's been going pretty smooth. I'll disappear for a whole month and then I'll come back, but I've been going pretty steady. Had to get back into the swing of things, and I have, and this is really, really, really fun. This last year has been a good year for me, and we're starting an even better year starting now, because this year is going to be full of fun, because I've got someone to share it with, and got him hooked on this stuff too. He is hooked. We've got plans of going camping, and there's going to be some pretty good videos this year. And you guys are going to love it, because I'm going to be going to a different county to look for fatwood. You guys have been watching me collect fatwood from Calhoun County area for 6.5 years now. And I've done some fatwood hunting in other counties. What's that one county way over? So 3 different counties, mostly close to home here. So I've got a lot of fun plans this spring and summer. But until then, I'm going to keep going out on the nice days that work out for me, where I'm not busy and I don't have to do nothing. And then as the weather keeps getting warmer, I'm still planning on getting into the lathe when I'm ready. I got candle season. That comes up, and candle season ends right when I start hitting the woods for the morel mushrooms, because I can't make candles in the house when it's hot outside, and I don't like making candles in the house unless you can let the breeze in, because it gets too strong in here. And so, yeah, you got to have temperatures where you can have the windows open, but it's not too hot. And where was I going with that one? Candles, morels, fatwood. So there'll be a lot of fatwood coming in that I'm not harvesting, and then I'll start harvesting fatwood again. We'll see how that goes. And mushroom season, I'm really looking forward to this year, big time. Forgive me, I'm overheating in here, and I don't know why. Oh yes, I'm still using my Essie. I use my Essie every day. I keep it clean, and she's probably due for another sharpening here pretty soon. Oh, cool. You were fortunate to harvest in Texas. Nice. Now, I've noticed their fatwood that I've gotten from friends in Papa, Texas and all that. It's been rather brittle. I just can't believe it. It didn't make sense to me my first few years, but it makes sense now when I process resin, how certain resins from certain pine trees, some softer and some are harder, but your resin, when you heat it up to a certain degree, it becomes hard and brittle, and it's no longer soft and pliable anymore. And I've noticed that's what happens with fatwood in the sun and in the south. It's just It's interesting how brittle the wood, the fatwood will get. I would really like to see your fatwood, David, from Florida, because you're in the Panhandle. Are you in a swampy area, or are you in a pretty dry area where you got really wet wood, or do you have really dry? Which area what is your area like? Because I'm interested to see what yours is like. I like the textures. I just like slicing in from different parts of the world, different fatwood. When am I gonna make a movie? You mean a video? I've got half of my video edited right now, and then I've got some footage to put in it from last night. I might be able to get it done tonight. I don't know. Might be tomorrow night. I guess I like this camera. It's not too bad. I was worried that it would be moving around all the time. It's not so bad when it's just me on the screen, but if I'm on the screen with blocks of people and all their cameras are stationary and mine starts moving, I stand out. Yellow pine. Nice. I get my fatwood from huge pine forest in the Eglin Air Force Base, not swampy at all. Cool. Cool. Oh, the ones where I do the twins. It's almost time. It's almost time. The ideas have been coming. The twins come out usually when there's some significant cabin fever going on, or what started the whole thing with the shutdown. That's when the twins really started coming out. Allie wants me to clone myself again. I got all the outfits because I got 2 alter egos. Yeah, I've had some ideas rolling around in my head. Thanks, Allie. I got to get weird every once in a while. Maybe I'll have them get into my stash of fatwood and kick their asses. What would I charge for those pieces in the box? To be honest, if they were going to somebody that really wanted them and I put them up on the store, I'd probably charge about $4 for them plus the shipping, which would be about $20. Yep. And I'm curious to how much that box weighs. Where did I put it at? I'll set it on a scale. I'd guess and say 3 pounds. Where's my scale? I never lose my scale. I use it all the time. Oh, it's down here. Hey, we should be taking a guess. £7. $20. I got 2 boxes. Oh, and in my description, I try to keep it in every description, but if you want some samples from me, all you got to do is send me like a $10 bill in the mail to my post office box or a check. I'll send you a bag of samples. I still have plans on doing a smell-o-vision episode. Just haven't decided when, and when I do it, I'll be like giving it out. It'll be a video where I'll say, okay, I've got a video coming up and I got samples. All you got to do is PayPal or get the money to me within a certain amount of time, and then I'll ship those pieces out. And then the actual video will begin. with the fatwood that I found, but that's only going to happen when I find a place where the fatwood smells different than what I normally have. And I don't know if you made any sense of that, but yes, we need smell-a-tube, and I'm serious. I want to send out sample packs to smell to open up before the video starts or during the video when I get to either some really good white pine or some Scotch pine. I got some fatwood right here that's from Louisiana. I think this came from John Bryant, but this has that terpene that smells like black licorice in it. You can see the light shining through them. There. There, now you can see the color. I love this stuff. You know, there's a scientist out there. It's like he makes fragrances for people, and he can make any fragrance. So if you can make any fragrance, why can't you have a contraption with all these fragrances in it and have it computerized to give out the certain fragrance when it's triggered on the video? Like you're just watching something with the birds and the sun coming up, and all of a sudden you smell lilacs. You've got that machine right next to plugged into the computer. Why don't they do that? Have a little fan blowing. Trigger the lilacs. Something smoky or cedary, man. Wouldn't that be nice? Watch a video of a beautiful forest and you got a little fan blowing with the fragrance in it. You know darn well it's possible. God, I love that piece. I brought it all the way and I didn't even show you guys. Yeah, I showed it to you. This one's broken though. Such a darn beautiful piece. It's too bad it's broken, because I really want to turn this one on the lathe. But if you look, let me see here. See that crack? It's also on this end. See if I can find it first. No. And it follows. This crack follows all the way. Oops. It's so backwards. Right there to here. Yeah. That's too bad. I would have never imagined me getting a piece this big from a branch, ever. How much you, oh, that's right, I already wrote it down here. Let me say how much you think it weighs. 6 pounds. We need smell-a-tube. Where's my notes? Oh, okay. Right. So I've ordered some dark red candle dye. I'm having trouble getting that amber red. When I'm making my Keep It Burning candles, I'm not getting an amber red. I'm getting almost like a crayon red, almost. So I've got some dark yellow and dark red to make my amber colors with. And I've got that coming up pretty soon. I think I've got a pack of red coming next week and then a week after. So when I get into candle making again this season, when the weather's just right, I'll be making fatwood candles. I've gotten better with the fragrance, and I'm hoping to get better with the color. And I wrote a note for myself, and I'm glad I did because I forgot all about it. This piece here, I've showed it already at the beginning, but I forgot to mention the difference between this fatwood that's coming from Berry County and mine is usually my fatwood has dry areas and resinous areas, but this fatwood has resinous areas and super rich, super red, very dense parts of the wood. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a fresh cut in the back room real quick, and I'm going to bring it in because you can't see from either side the rich resin that's underneath in there. So I'm going to go expose it real quick and bring it back. And we'll be on for another 5 minutes. I wish this would work on my extension cord so I could bring the camera down in there. There we go. Ready? Ta-da! That's way more red than what you see around the outside. But a lot of the wood that comes from that area is super rich. And I usually just find the stuff that's this color. It never gets old. You just keep wanting to look for it. And I want to encourage you guys to get out there and look for it if you can and when you can. Yeah, Allie wants to see a twin video again. Wonder if I should get Steve involved. He'd probably love that. I know I had some ideas for a new one. What's it called? I call it Friends in Isolation, when I sit down at the table and I have dinner with myself. I can carry conversation just fine. Split the screen up, wear a different outfit. If any of you haven't seen those before, I think you'll like it. I get a little weird though. Sometimes I run them a little too long and I take them down. Yeah, I'm due for another goofy, weird video, Allie. You might have just pushed me to get going on it. We'll see. I think I'm out of stuff to talk about for the night. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Appreciate you coming. And Terry, if you're interested in those pieces of fatwood, let me know. Otherwise, they'll probably just end up in the store. My store on Etsy is getting pretty stocked. I do believe I have that down in the description if anyone's curious. Most of you have already shopped from me, and I appreciate you. Heck, I just appreciate you being here and saying hi and talking in the chats and keeping me going. I think that's it for tonight, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks from now with some more stuff. And don't forget, Fatwood video coming up on all this stuff. Most of it's indoors, some of it's outdoors. You're going to love it no matter what. You won't be disappointed. Oh, that was some of the first videos you seen when you started following me, huh? When I was getting weird with the cloning myself, throwing toilet paper at myself. Love you guys. Have a great week. Stay warm, stay dry, and keep it burning. Peace.